Hey guys, Turkey's Clocks here with another set of NFL predictions. This time it's week number 10. Week 10 is upon us. So, let's get started. So, tonight we have the Cincinnati Bengals taking on the Baltimore Ravens. I think the Ravens beat the Bengals here. The last time these two teams met, I believe it went to overtime, and the Ravens kicked the game-winning field goal 41-38. I think this is going to be another shootout like it was last time, but I think the Ravens will still come up with the victory here. So that puts them at 7-3, and as for the Bengals, that puts them at 4-6. The New York Giants take on the Carolina Panthers. I'm going to go with the Giants because I can't pick anybody else to lose. So the Panthers did come off a win against New Orleans, and the Saints fired Dennis Allen as their head coach. So that division is just really bad at the moment. So. Anyways, I'm going to go with the New York Giants. They will be 3-7, and as for the Panthers, they will be 2-8. Also, the byes this week are the Browns, Packers, Seahawks, and Raiders. So they all have byes this week. Alright, so the New England Patriots take on the Chicago Bears. I am going with the Bears here. The Patriots lost to the Tennessee Titans. I don't know what else to say, and the Bears, they did not look good against the Arizona Cardinals. So, I think, I think the Bears could win this one easily because it's a pretty bad opponent in New England. So this will put the Bears at 5-4, and as for the Patriots, they'll be 2-8. The San Francisco 49ers take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I am going to go with the Bucs. Although they lost to the Chiefs, which was expected, they're currently 4-5, and the 49ers are 4-4. They just came off a bye week. And a pretty good win against the Dallas Cowboys in Week 8. So, but I am going to go with the Tampa Bay Bucs. It's in Tampa Bay. I think Baker will have a much better time throwing the ball. He played really well on Monday night against the Chiefs. And as for the 49ers, they were on a bye week, so it really, really doesn't matter. So, anyways, I'm going with the Bucs over the 49ers. This puts the Niners at 4-5 and the Bucs at 5-5. The Denver Broncos take on the Kansas City Chiefs. I am going with the Chiefs. This will put them at 9-0. They will clinch a winning season. And as for the Denver Broncos, they'll put them at 4-5, I think. No. I mean, I think they're already 4-5. Okay, that puts them at 4-6 because they lost to the Baltimore Ravens, and the Chiefs, they beat Tampa Bay. So I am going with the Chiefs. My Kansas City Chiefs, they'll be 9-0. So they're currently 8-0, and I think the Chiefs will give them fits. So I am going with the Chiefs. The Buffalo Bills take on the Indianapolis Colts. I'm actually going with the Bills. Yeah, the Colts are just pretty bad. They can't even beat the Minnesota Vikings. That's kind of sad. And as for the Bills, they are currently 7-2, and they are, I believe, assured for the second seed in the AFC. So we can totally see that happening. And as for the Colts, this will put them at 4-6, and the Bills will be 8-2. I'm not exactly sure what Buffalo's bye week is, because next week they play the Chiefs, and I think they'll lose that game. So anyways, I'm going to go with the Bills over the Colts. That puts them at 8-2, and the Colts would be 4-6. The Washington Commanders, or the Pittsburgh Steelers, take on the Washington Commanders. I am going with the Commanders for this game. Jaden Daniels looks so much better than people anticipated. I think with a solid offensive line, I think Jaden Daniels can win them games, and I think he'll be Offensive Rookie of the Year, especially with that Hail Mary pass against the Chicago Bears a few weeks ago. And he almost lost to the New York Giants, but he didn't. So I'm going to go with the Washington Commanders over the Steelers. That'll put them at 6-3, and as for the Commanders, they'll be 8-2. Alright, the Minnesota Vikings take on the Jacksonville Jaguars. I'm going with the Vikings. The Jaguars are just bad. I'm sorry. They cannot play good football at all. And they will be 2-8. And as for the Minnesota Vikings, they will be 7-3. Yeah. I think Sam Darnold had a really good game against the Colts. No, not a really good game, but they still ended up winning. But as for the Colts, they just can't get anything to go. They even with Joe Flacco, they're still just a very bad team. But And the Jaguars are a much worse team, so I think the Vikings beat the Jaguars here. That would put them at 7-2, and the Jaguars 2-8. The Atlanta Falcons take on the New Orleans Saints. I'm going with the Falcons. There's no doubt in my mind that the Falcons don't lose to the Saints here, because the Saints have lost 7 straight games. They fired their head coach. The special teams coordinator became the interim head coach, and I don't even know how how a person that specializes in special teams can run an entire NFL franchise. So I think the Saints tank to get a QB, either Shedeur Sanders or Cam Ward in the draft. But as for the Atlanta Falcons, they are on a roll. They are 6-3. They're probably going to win the NFC South because everybody else in their division sucks. And this would put them at 7-3. And as for the Saints, this will put them at their 8th straight loss at 2-8. The Tennessee Titans take on the Los Angeles Chargers. I'm going to go with the Chargers. The Titans aren't good. Even though they beat New England, that was a tank bowl. There was no reason for anybody to win that game. It was just a shit show and a half. I can't explain any of it. And as for the LA Chargers, they had a pretty good win against the Cleveland Browns, who are currently 2-7, and they are 6-3. No, 6-3. They are I think they're 5-4. No, wait, they're not 5-4. I don't even know what the Chargers' record is at the moment. Oh, they're 5-3. Okay, so they're 5-3. This will put them at 6-3. And as for the Tennessee Titans, this puts them at 2-7. All right, next we have the New York Jets taking on the Arizona Cardinals. I'm going to go with the Cardinals. Man, do the Jets suck. The Jets are just bad this year, too. Aaron Rodgers looks lost. Even with Devontae Adams, they still can't do anything on offense. Their O-line is garbage as ever, and I don't think that they will win another game. Unless it's the Patriots or any of the bottom feeders of the AFC East. So, like the Dolphins. So, and as for the Cardinals, they will win this game pretty handedly. Just like they did to the Chicago Bears last week. So, this will put the Cardinals at 6-4. And the New York Jets will be 2-8. Next, we have the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Dallas Cowboys. I'm going to go with the Eagles. The Cowboys are currently 3-5, and their season does not look good. Dak is hurt. Cooper Rush is in. They'll be starting Cooper Rush for the next few weeks because Dak has hurt his hamstring. So, but anyways, I'm going to go with the Eagles. This will put them at 7-2. And the Cowboys will be 3-6. And they will not have their 12-5 streak this season. Sunday Night Football, we have the Detroit Lions taking on the Houston Texans. I am actually going to go with the Lions. They have a really good team. The Texans have been playing rather suspect as of late. And I think, I just feel like the Lions have a much better offense than the Texans. I think the Texans will put up a fight here. That's why this game is on prime time. So, yeah, I'm gonna go with the Detroit Lions for this one. This will put them at 8-1, and the Texans will be 6-4. And last but not least, the Miami Dolphins take on the Los Angeles Rams. I'm going to go with alright. Sorry, I'm extremely tired and I want to get through this. But we have the Miami Dolphins taking on the Los Angeles Rams. I'm going to go with the Los Angeles Rams. I don't think this is going to be much of a game. I mean, the Rams currently have a winning streak, I think, of 4 right now. As for the Dolphins, I don't think their injury woes are gonna solve anything. So, yeah, that's it. Actually, one more thing: the Dolphins will be 2-7, and as for the Rams, they will be 5-4. So, that's it for Week 10. We'll see you guys in the next one when we cover Week 11.